Hello, everybody. So today we are going to continue a little bit in Dark Souls. Um, Last time we had just beaten Sen's Fortress and gotten into Anor Londo. So today we're going to try to see how many tries it takes me to get past the rafters and to get past the Silver Knights. And hopefully I have time to get to Ornstein and Smaug, and I'm going to try like hell to one-shot them tonight. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the game. As I've mentioned before, I've played this game more than a couple of times, so I'm going to try to rush through this area as much as possible. However, I have very often found that I have trouble with certain parts of this where, well, gravity is just way stronger than any enemy. So let's see what happens. Yes, Mr. Gargoyle, I know. He doesn't like being ignored. First off, hey, I one-shot the Pain Guardians, that's helpful. Alright, first test the gravity, let's see how we do. You there, which way do you want to go? Now we want to throw stuff? Anybody ever tell you it's not nice to throw things? Okay. Well, we're just going to come up and meet you on your terms. Excuse me. There we go. Sometimes these guys will just unalive themselves, which is always very helpful. Let's see if we can't get that to happen this time. Stop it. Okay, there's one. Okay, what? Trying to walk through the dead body is not a good idea. Alright, so initial success. That's it's a good start, actually. Let's see if I can get as lucky with the Silver Knights. Luke, I'm glad your friends are enjoying this. You know, by all means, they are welcome to follow my channel. I play a decent amount of Dark Souls, of course, but I definitely plan on branching out into a lot of other games. You were here, of course, for the stream this weekend where I played Eastward, which was quite enjoyable. I think I'm probably going to go back on that one a bit, because that was pretty fun. I also plan on playing through Celeste coming up soon, which, while very, very different than this, is similar in terms of being just ungodly difficult, just in a very different way. But it's also been one of my favorites. The message in the game about basically overcoming your negative emotions it's very powerful, and it's actually presented quite well in the game, which I've always appreciated. Ow, ow. No, no. Okay. Well, there's one death already. But at least I already opened up the shortcut. I won't have to go through the rafters again. Ah, the evil bridge, yes. Didn't even really get to the Silver Knights, although I guess one of their arrows got me. For some reason, I always tend to forget about the little imp guys shooting lightning at me once I get there. And after that, it would be smooth sailing up until I get to the archers, which could very well be another several deaths, who knows. I think the best I've ever done on the Silver Knights is like one try, maybe two tries. I think I made it through them without dying before. Oh. Well, now my poor choices come back to haunt me in the fact that I have not actually fought these guys yet. Go away, please. Stamina. Alright, here we have Gargoyle 2. So the one thing that I've noticed in this game that makes life so much easier is you don't have any invincibility frames on your jump in this game. And in this one, your jump is actually tied to the exact same button as your roll, which is how you, of course, do get your invincibility frames. So one thing, I didn't actually remember to do it until about halfway through the previous stream, but remapping that button in the controls to be on, I put it on the left stick because that's where it is by default in Dark Souls 2 and 3, just really helps immensely with running through areas. Because now I can actually run and dodge. Oh. Aha. I'm not overly concerned about those souls down there. Let's see if we can't get these guys quick and easy this time. There we go. So much more helpful when the enemies unalive themselves for you. So, take that, evil bridge. Now, if Ornstein and Smo go as well as I'm hoping, then after this we are going to move on to... I might do an early DLC run, actually. Just for the heck of it. Now, this kind of marks the halfway point of the game if you haven't played it before. Essentially, this is where it goes from being kind of linear again until about halfway, and then it breaks up into like 4 different places you can go. So I have some options. Oh, okay. All right, so now that he's not in our way, we can proceed with skipping the vast majority of Anor Londo, which is a shame. This place is absolutely beautiful. But honestly, I just can't be asked to make my way through it the traditional way most of the time. Now, the big question is, because I am very unfamiliar with the scimitar, I have no idea how much damage I'm actually going to wind up doing to these guys. I don't know what the stagger potential is, so this is going to be exploratory first attempt. Although I do still intend on trying to one-shot them. Funny enough, the first time I ever played this game, the first time I ever got to, well, the first time I played long enough to actually get to Ornstein and Smough, I did actually one-shot them. And I was surprised because I heard all these nightmare stories about how difficult this boss fight was. And then every subsequent time I realized why people have so much problems with it. Turns out they are actually fairly difficult. Okay. Nope, nope. Let me heal, please. Just need a little drinky poo. There we go. You know, I'm really not hating that damage. It's not the highest I've seen, but I've certainly seen a lot worse. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this game, one of the big parts that is difficult about this game, or about this particular fight, is as soon as you beat one, you fight the other one, and they come back to full health. So there's really no point in whittling them both down and trying to, you know, get the easy victory. So I actually don't even know what hit me there. Huh. All right, well, rip one-shot attempt. Say Skilbitty? I have no idea what that... I forgot the rest of that bonfire in there. I have to do this whole part again. Well, my hubris comes back to bite me. That's one way to do it, I guess. Alright, so not really a lot to say here, because, well, I'm just doing the exact same thing y'all just saw me do. But this time I'm going to remember to actually rest at the bonfire to reset my location, just in case they do get me again. Nice part is after this boss, I will have the ability to teleport around, and I'm not going to have to worry anymore about whether or not to rest at a bonfire, because I can always just pop around if I need to. You know, earlier in the game, there's always the question of, do I want to rest at this bonfire? Because if I do, then I might get stuck in that area. But once you can teleport and fast travel, it's not such an issue anymore. So I'm going to take a wild guess that this is not going to go as well as the previous one did. Because so far, I am doing really badly. Be nice. Be nice. There we go. Okay. Now onto the archer. You know, even though you can watch their arrows curve, their aim is actually not that great. If you just walk slowly, they are completely unable to hit you. You gonna... No. Fine, we'll do it this way instead. Alright, so whatever skill issues I might have with the boss, at least I'm not having problems with this today. Yeah, we have your Gravelord running around. So, funny thing, the Gravelord Covenant allows you to basically play pranks on people. You use an item, and you make their job a lot harder. However, while there is a whole bunch of different shenanigans that happen, like other enemies being summoned in, and Black Phantoms, and various other things, it is exclusively in New Game Plus. So there is absolutely no incentive to interact with them in New Game, which is kind of funny. Seems like a bit of a missed opportunity. I understand, obviously, they want to make New Game Plus harder than New Game, but they still could have done something with it, at least to make it a little more worthwhile. Like, there's literally zero incentive to even bother doing the Gravelord unless you're in New Game Plus anyway. Oh. He is too zippy. There we go. I was hoping I was going to get a stagger on him. Apparently that's a no. Yeah, that giant hammer hurts. Alright, if I can just get them to separate a little bit, it'd be really helpful. Unfortunately, Ornstein is currently trapped behind his fat ass. Oh. Let's hope I can get that zippy break off before I got smacked. That did not go as well as I was hoping. Alright, so that is 2 deaths now, if anyone's keeping count. I should put some kind of counter on the screen. Just chart up how badly I'm actually doing. Although, I would have been very embarrassing the other day on the Taurus Demon. Like, I don't feel any shame at losing to Ornstein and Smell a whole bunch, but Taurus Demon definitely should have gone better than it did the other day. I think I died about 7 times on him. It was crazy. Alright. Going for the quick one, okay. Oh, this thing does not have very good range. Me out of there. So of course I'm going for the harder phase 1 right now. I could instead try to kill Smo first. He actually, even though he's bigger and has bigger armor and everything, he actually goes down a lot easier. And I could just fight Super Ornstein instead. That was cheeky. Definitely got away with one there. The recovery animations on this weapon are pretty good, though. I will say that. It's fast enough that the recovery is pretty good. Allows me to get some decent damage in. Like that. There's no reason I should have gotten away with that hit. He absolutely should have punished me on that. Of course, not much I can do about that if I am just not reacting either. Right, a little sip. Kind of stay topped up here. Where is he? There he is. I knew he was coming. Ow. Alright, I have to be smarter about taking damage because I am almost out of heals at this point. That would be tragic to get this close. Breed, breed! There we go. Ow. Alright, on to phase 2. It's funny the difference between them. Smo just completely obliterates Ornstein to take his power. Whereas if you beat Smo first, Ornstein, like, you know, pays respect to his friend and slowly gains his power that way. Such a huge difference between the two. Alright, this should be relatively easy. I have no idea what just hit me. Okay, lightning is bad. But opens you up to a couple hits. Now. Ah, I rolled too early. Alright, but that was a pretty good attempt. I think this time I'm going to reverse it. I'm going to try to just get rid of Smo really fast and deal with big old Ornstein instead. Let's see if that goes any better. You know what? I've been hoarding my humanities. Let's go ahead and get myself a little more heals. So, for the first time this entire game, I'm about to be human. Oh, look at that. I don't look like beef jerky anymore. Alright, so we want to kindle this. And now I will have 10 instead of just 5 of my heals. It's not going to help the fact that Smo just one-shotted me from almost full, but at least give me a little more confidence in the fight. Camera, there we go. Why do I have 2 humanities again? What just happened? I thought I just used both of my... Well, anyway. That's helpful, useful. If I can survive with them. Speaking of helpful, the fact that he didn't attack was very helpful. Alright, we're gonna get the big guy first this time. Yeah, he goes down much easier. Which again is funnier. Logically, he should... I just love watching Ornstein get stuck up on smoke like that. Okay, okay. I know, don't be greedy. This is gonna hurt. Okay. Well, apparently he just missed. Thank you for showing me your... Ow! I knew that was too good to be true. All right, back into the grinder we go. But one of these days, I actually want to try. There's a... I would almost say a hidden weapon. There's a blacksmith over here who is a giant. And if you kill him, like a horrible person, you can actually get his hammer, which is decent in its own right, but it also is electric. So it's got the constant elemental damage, which is pretty nice. Of course, without doing some pretty major glitching, I would not be able to get it until significantly later in the game. And that will be that. So I will say I could go back to the tactic that got me this win the first time, but it basically involves running around and using the pillars and keeping them separated and only attacking when it's very, very convenient. And honestly, it's effective, but it is so boring. And I'm sure it would just bore the heck out of all you too. I think it probably took 10 or 15 minutes to do. And it's just 10 or 15 minutes that's not fun to watch, to be honest with you. Well, let's see if I just can't do this the good old-fashioned way instead. You're coming. There we go. The really hard part about doing Smoke first is Ornstein is so fast, and he does not like to leave you alone. There we go. That's a good opening. You know, the idea of this giant guy in gold armor sitting on you is just unbelievably painful to think about. Oh, that was cheap. Ooh. All right. Oh, he swung through his friend. That's what he did. Come on, just go down. Oh. All right. Bye. Oh, die. There we go. All right, so this is the other version of that cutscene where, like I said, Ornstein is much kinder about the death of his friend than Smo is. Well, I make a Discord server. I have been considering it. I've only been at this for about a week now. Trying to expand, I'm trying to grow a community, but trying to also not take on too terribly much at once. But I would definitely like to have a place for everybody to meet up and talk, beyond just the comment section of Kick here. Okay, he jumps back on that one. I don't know why I didn't remember that. Okay, that was not a safe heal spot. Ah, darn it. Yeah, the boss music on this fight is absolutely stellar. I love it. Funny enough, apparently some random person at one point decided to start copyright striking people who played that boss music. So for a while, just to avoid the hassle, a whole bunch of YouTubers stopped, like they would basically mute the sound for this fight, just so this random person who has no claim to that music whatsoever would not get their channels taken down for a week, or their video taken down for a week at least. It makes you wonder what YouTube is doing at that point, though. When they get repeated claims from the same person that are all unfounded, you'd figure they would just stop letting him make that claim. I rolled too early. Okay. A little bit of panic rolling, get myself out of there. Okay. Reset, and we go again. Oh my goodness. I just can't get these two to separate right now. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. So clearly the answer to my question at the top of this of, can I one-shot Ornstein and Smough is, no. No, no, no. But I will say, Dark Souls has tried many times, or From Software has made many dual boss fights. Like every single one of their Dark Souls entries has at least one dual boss fight. Elden Ring had like an abusive number of them. Dark Souls 2 tried a whole bunch of like gang fights. They have never been able to top the perfection that is this duo. Like just the way they interact with each other and the differences between the slow and strong one and the quick and zippy one, and the environment with the pillars to block, and it's just so well done. Like this fight was really well thought through, and it was an absolute pleasure to play. Yep, I keep rolling too early on that one. I knew that was going to be bad, but I also needed to get to a place where I could heal. Alright, come on now. I need to be smarter about this. Okay, that was absolutely intentional. I was not at all lucky that I avoided that attack. Okay, okay. Heal, there we go. All right. Well, if I could get you to kindly get away from your friend for a second, that would be great. Nope. Nope. Oh, he baited me in. You know, I almost can't be mad about that hit. It was just so perfectly timed that he jumped out of the way right when Ornstein was going for me. All right, so this time I'm going to skip. We've already seen both versions of it. Oh yeah, he also has the lightning attack now. I somehow completely forgot about that. Nope. That is a very convenient attack to heal on. I'm gonna get some free damage in. There we go. Sure, I was in one hand in this whole time like a chump. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Hey, I avoided it. Okay. All right, this is the one. This is the one. I got him this time. Ow. Alright. No. 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 So close now. Don't throw. Don't throw. Come on, Snyder. Yes! I got him! Will I run Fortnite? You know, I'm not usually one for online games. I've been thinking about doing Fall Guys. That would be a lot of fun. Fortnite... One of my big blind spots as a gamer has always been shooters. With the exception of BioShock, I've never been a big fan of shooters. I've played Fortnite probably collectively 2 or 3 times. I don't think I'm really going to be getting into that one. Honestly, as much as I hate to say watch someone else, there are much more talented people out there who do play Fortnite, and if that interests you, more power to you. A large part of why I wanted to do this is because of my love of games, and you know, if I wasn't honest with myself, if I didn't just play games that I personally enjoy, then it would kind of make this whole thing a little bit meaningless. Yes, I have journeyed far. Now it is time to... Okay, yes. Let me kill you. Let's see here. I always feel a little bit bad about this, but... There? Come on now. Did you just die already? There we go. All right. Now, the beautiful Anor Londo is shown for what it truly is. Bathed in night and ruined.
Thy transgression shall not go unpunished.
And on the plus side, most of the enemies here are now gone. So that will make future runs through here a lot easier. And now, I am able to warp, which is very helpful. So we are going to go to Undead Parish first. You know what? Let's go ahead and kill the guy who just changed Anor Londo. So this fight is somewhere between really, really fun and really frustrating, depending on if you know what you're doing and if you're able to avoid the attacks. But we're gonna go ahead and try to knock him out, and then I'm probably gonna head into the DLC and get some of my favorite bosses. So funny enough, I didn't really have plans for what I was going to do at this point. See, even the gargoyles are gone. Wow. Didn't really have plans for what I was going to do once I got to this point, once I had beaten Ornstein and Smaug. Ironically, because I thought it was going to take a long time to get there, not because I thought it was going to take a long time to beat them. Oh, I should have rested that bonfire while I was there. That's alright. Need to go... Oh, I need to move this down further, that's why. Alright, so this giant floating bridge that I originally moved down to get into Anor Londo, push it down even further, will get me to the home of Gwendolyn, who is the one who was controlling the whole illusion of Anor Londo. But now he's mad because I killed his illusion of, I think it's his sister, if I remember right. So because he's mad at me, now I gotta go fight him. Because why not? Alright, let's go ahead and rest here. Might as well grab a little ring here, and on we go to Gwendolyn. That's right, I haven't done Painted World yet either. I could do that while I'm still here.
First thou offendeth the Godmother, and now thou see fit to trample upon the tomb of the great Lord. I am the Dark Sun, Gwendolyn. Let the atonement for thy felonies commence.
Indeed. So, basically, he's in a nearly infinite hallway. Okay, starting right off with the arrows, that's helpful. And every time you get close, he teleports away. And just spams magic at you, which is a big... Oh, darn it. Now, it's not technically endless. If you chase him down for about 5 minutes, apparently it does eventually end. I can't see I have ever lasted long enough for him to get to that point. Ooh, that was close. There we go. So the trick is, if you get him at arrow time and don't die, he gets kind of locked into that animation and you can attack in relative safety. Whereas all of his magic attacks are really irritating. There we go, decent damage. So once I finally hit him, I actually took off half his health with one set of attacks. That's not bad. Should be able to two-cycle this if I can actually get to him. Oof. Yeah, that's alright. I'll let him take that round. Now what are we doing? More arrows. Shame you can't do that when he's a little bit closer to me. If I can get him to use that now, I can actually get to him. Nope. Oof, that was very close. All right. Got to get close to him one more time, and I should have him. Come on, arrow. Go for the arrows. There we go. There we go. First shot on Gwendolyn.
Swathed in dark.
Luke, I am very glad you stopped in. I appreciate you being here. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day at school. All right, I don't even remember what it is that he guards. I don't think it's anything useful for my purposes. It's kind of just here for the, Yeah, sunlight. Ooh. Must be worth getting a thing for. Sunlight Blade is a really, really powerful enchantment. Adds additional damage onto your sword. Wasn't really thinking about it, but it might be worthwhile. Completely forgot that was down here. What are the requirements on it? Sunlight Blade requires 30 faith. I'm not even close to that, am I? I've got 8 faith. Yeah, I don't think I'll be using that. But that is all right. So I think from here, I'm going to go into the painted world. Get myself stuck in there for a few minutes until I can beat the dragon lady. Depending on how long that takes, we might... Ooh, only 500 away. Depending on how long Painted World takes, we might go kill the Hydra to get into the DLC. Well, to get the DLC quest started. I'm only 500 off. What do I want? I think I need this one. Let's go on more vitality. I don't think anyone's ever complained about having too much health. So now, let me see here. I want to re-raise this and then go down this same platform to get to the bottom half of where all those rafters were that I hated earlier. And from there, we got the doll, right? Did I get the doll? I think I got the doll. I got the doll. Fairly early on, and I believe it was episode 2, I went back to the Undead Asylum where this whole thing started so that I could grab that particular item, the Peculiar Doll, because that is the key that's required to get into the Painted World. First, I have to get past all the Painted Guardians because even though all the rest of the enemies are gone from here now, all these guys are not. But as long as I run Serpentine, I should be good because the biggest danger right now is actually just their throwing knives. And look at the painting, and in we go. It's a very pretty painting. Now, I do wonder, if it weren't for me pushing the button telling it to do so, why someone would run past all of these people just to touch a random painting. Strikes me as a little bit odd. But this area is just absolutely beautiful. As a departure from the rest of the game, the snowy mountainscape with the fortress on it and everything, absolutely beautiful. And I am going to do my best to skip most of it. Because honestly, this place is more trouble than it's worth. Not really a lot of super helpful stuff in here, but there are a lot of super annoying enemies here. Especially them, to be honest with you. Alright, I think if I just come off here... Ow. Yep. I can get a little shortcut going. Alright. Was this the one? This is not. But this is a good start. If I come back over there, I can just come straight to this courtyard afterwards. Even if I die, which is very helpful. Alright, there be bonfire, and up there be the way forward. I thought I was going to avoid both of them. That's okay. Excuse me. Now, I could go through and fight all the bone wheels and go through the pain in the ass of trying to turn the statue to get that shortcut opened. Or I can use a little bit of a glitch up here. I'm going to go for that one. Now, it does involve killing this undead dragon, but that's okay. They can manage it. Come on, buddy. Come on. You can do it. A little further. A little further. There we go. Oh, screen shake is severe. Now, he's just going to be here, sit here being sick at me for a little while. Which is fine. Oof. Okay. Well, that hurt way more than I thought it was going to. That's okay. Just like always. That means we reset and we go again. I think I'm going to go ahead and rest at this bonfire that I forgot to last time. Now, thanks to the magic of shortcuts, I'll be back there in no time with full health. And here we are. Did he reset? I didn't think he was supposed to reset. I thought that he stayed active. Has he got a glitch? What's going on here? Alright, so we'll come down here. Let him attack where I was. Now he's going to be sick over where I was, which is even better. Now, he's going to try to swipe me again. What are we doing now? I think if I come up here, it's going to be sick off to the left again. Yep. And there we go. So, that part of the dragon is defeated. Now the fun here is if I do a jumping punch on the dragon's butt, he's going to do something very funny. Which is that. No idea why that happened. No idea how that got coded in, but it is very advantageous because now I can just drop down here and get directly to the boss, which is way, way less work than going about it the long way.
Who art thou? One of us thou art not. If
I am
thou
not
hast
one of thou.
stepped into this world, plunge down from the plank and hurry home.
So there are a lot of optional bosses in this game, but this is by far the most optional because you can literally just walk up there and not even fight her at all. Just kind of crazy when you think about it. But we do want to fight her.
Why dost thee hurry toward thine den?
But she has the fun quirk of being invisible, so we need to try to see her footsteps so we can find out where she is. There they are. Unfortunately, she also attacks us while she's invisible. Aha. But you can stagger her out of the invisibility, which is very helpful. Oh, that was close. I rolled very early. Sorry, Priscilla. I always do feel a little bit bad about killing her, to be honest with you. And just like that, we are done with the painted world. And throw my beef jerky carcass off the edge and go back to Anor Londo. Hey! Now, I just gotta get back to a bonfire and I can start working on getting to the DLC. Or I can start working on the final areas to open up the end of the game. I will say the DLC in its own right is going to take me a little while to do. Certainly not the easiest. Especially the final boss, but man, it's just always gives me problems. No matter how prepared I think I am, that boss always gives me problems. Alright, so the reason I'm doing this instead of homeward boning is because I believe my last point that it would take me back to is inside the painted world. And I don't remember if I can just teleport out of the painted world or not. So just to be on the safe side, I'm going to come up here to the Anor Londo bonfire, and I will go ahead and teleport out from there instead. Alright, and that firekeeper is now mad at me for killing Gwendolyn, or Guinevere, or I don't know, for killing the big lady above Ornstein and Smough. She's mad at me, so she's over there, but if I kill her, then this bonfire goes away, so we're just going to leave her be for now. Alright, so we want to go to Undead Parish, so I can go fight the Hydra. And once the Hydra is done, I will start the sequence of events that'll lead us to the DLC. First, I'm still wearing the rusted iron ring after all this time. Could have sworn I had come up with some kind of useful replacement for it. You know what? Let's go ahead and repair our stuff while we're here.
Well,
I have the souls, I might as well. Alright, so we want to repair. I don't think it actually, like, increases damage or anything, but it does prevent them from breaking, which is certainly very helpful. I think that I've gone through entire playthroughs without my equipment breaking, so I don't think it's really that critical. But I'm here, I've got spare souls, I might as well, right? Literally no reason not to. Yeah, we have been through here before. This is nothing new, except that I'm just a lot more powerful than I was last time over here. But I am about to go fight the Hydra, which will make me wish I was even stronger than I am. I do believe I'm going to go tag that bonfire down there one last time, though, just to be on the safe side. Because if the Hydra does kill me, I don't want to have to trek all the way here from Anor Londo again. And honestly, the way I play, me dying to Hydra is, let's just say it's not exactly a remote possibility. One might go so far as to call it a likelihood. Now, really, either way, the run back is rather a pain in the ass, which is annoying, but that's okay. So we come in here, The rest. We're gonna go fight the Hydra. So before I can take the Hydra, I mean, I could technically fight him with these guys, but that would be a royal pain. So we're going to go ahead and kill these crystal guys first. I didn't think that was going to hit me. If I can get the Hydra to hit this guy with his water, he can actually kill him for me. That'd be nice. There we go. There's two of them down. There's three, so we got one more. Who annoyingly is down here at the water line. There we go. Now, one of my least favorite parts about this entire fight is literally just getting down to the Hydra. Because the number of times I have died to those stupid water blasts. Of course, once I'm down there, I actually have to fight the darn thing, so I'm not just magically going to be home free once I get down here. It's going to be a lot better. With the added fun that there is a ledge in the water here that, if you're not super careful, you will wind up just falling off and falling to your death. There's one head down. Really, it's just a matter of just doing this over and over again. Have them attack you, kill a head. And rinse and repeat until all the heads are dead. Alright, so I got one up there. And that's the one I'm going to go for. Okay, I got it. Which one is going to be next? Let's see, where do these ones go? So that one comes right behind me. Get that really easily. Now I just have to figure out where the last head is going, which is honestly very difficult sometimes. Or it's just gonna set itself up perfectly for me. Well, that was so much easier than that fight usually is. I mean, I suppose I could argue that maybe I'm just getting better, but I don't think that's the case. I feel like I just got really, really lucky. Alright, so back here, I need to quit out in order to reset the area. And there'll be a special one of those crystal golems, and that is going to give me the start of the path into the DLC. There he is. Or is it a she? I don't actually know. There's a body trapped inside that is distinctly female, but I don't know what the golem itself is. There we go. Hello,
So,
you.
it is thou who rescueth me.
Yes, I
Most
rescue with
gracious,
you.
I am deeply obliged.
You're
I
welcome.
am Dusk of Ulasil. I cometh from an age long before thine. I cannot stay here for long. So, before I disappear, allow me to ask one thing. My
Yes.
home, Ulasil, is the home of ancient sorceries. My
Mm-hmm.
hope is to pass this profound knowledge to thee, with thine approval. Would this be of assistance to thee?
I'm not really doing sorceries, but yes, because I want to go to the area.
I am
Yes, you're
pleased
welcome.
beyond words. Then I shout, engrave my signature. If thou art in need, pray summon me from my signature. It seems that my time is done. May the great flames guide thee.
Okay. So, that starts the whole quest line for the DLC. I'm doing it now because now that I have done that, when I go to fight Seat the Scaleless, I can get the pendant that will open up the DLC on the way. So that will make life a lot easier. Let's go ahead and go back to Anor Londo. I haven't placed the Lord Vessel yet. I'm going to have to go back to Firelink first. Because until I place the Lord Vessel, which I got from killing the Large Lady, until I drop the Lord Vessel onto its pedestal, the area that I need to go is currently going to be locked off. So we're going to come up here. We're going to... we'll talk to Snake Man, why not?
Ah, hello.
So weird and
Is
gross.
it you who rang the bell of awakening? I am
Yes.
the primordial serpent, King Seeker Framt, close friend of the great Lord Gwyn, chosen undead, who has rung the bell of awakening. I wish to elucidate your fate, and the very reason your kind have appeared. Chosen undead, your fate is to succeed the great Lord Gwyn, so that you may link the fire, cast away the dark, and undo the curse of the undead. Now, let us take that
Or
vessel
I
on a
can
journey.
let the
I
dark
assume
take
that you
over.
are
I could do
ready.
that too if I'd rather.
Now, be still.
And really weird cutscene. Ramp is so weird.
This is the firelink chamber.
Where's the Lord Vessel? Okay. So after this cutscene, all of those areas that were previously locked off, like, well, the archives that I did not go to yet, but also the demon area, those are going to now be opened up because those house the 4 bosses that I need to kill in order to get to Lord Gwyn. There's Tomb of the Giants, the Grand Archives, and the Demon Ruins. Alright, so we're gonna now warp to Anor Londo. And I do believe this is where we are gonna stop for the night. So I really appreciate you watching this video. Of course, if you did enjoy it, please drop a follow so that you'll know whenever I go live again. I'm going to be going live probably, 3-4 times a week. I'm going to be working my way through the rest of Dark Souls. As I told one of the chatters earlier, I'm also going to be working on Celeste coming up. I did a partial run through of Eastward. It was my first time playing through that old Zelda-like clone yesterday. Yeah, I got a lot of different games planned, a lot of interesting, fun times ahead, and I hope that you will join me. In the meantime, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I will talk to you next time.